Hello everybody, I'm Matt Fire and I am down at the gorgeous Cala Golf Resort to celebrate their 30th anniversary and also bring you a series of tips that's going to make your golf better. So this tip is looking at irons, and we want to get you hitting the best iron shots you've ever hit, and more importantly the best struck iron shots that you've ever hit, with this simple little drill that you can do down at your practice ground, down on the range, wherever you are. Even try it out on the golf course next time you're out there. So let's take a look at that and let's get you hitting these great iron shots. Okay, so I'm here on the 9th hole on the glorious Asia course at Cala, one of the 3 courses they've got here on resort, the others being the Europa and the Americas course. And we're going to talk about getting a crisp strike with the iron, because there's nothing more frustrating than when you hit a great drive down the fairway and then you waste it by either catching a big divot before the golf ball, or you thin it, or even top it in some extent. So if we can get rid of that, you're going to see more crisp strikes and see that you are flushing those irons and getting a really good feeling after you're walking off the course. So one of the key components to getting a good strike is actually what we do with our weight and how we shift it in the golf swing. A lot of amateurs that I see when I'm back at home in England teaching don't have the best transfer from when they are going from backswing down into downswing. We don't see a great transitional move. We actually see the opposite of what we want to see. And that is, if we now think that as I address the golf ball here, the middle of my body where the buttons are here, where this club is now, that's where the low point of my golf swing is. So that's where the club's going to bottom out. And I've got an 8 iron and I've got the ball just in line with that. So if I were to do that, I'd just about get ball and turf at the same time there. And like I say, the big problem is what we see when we get ground first or the topping one. And the reason for that being, as you swing up now, and like I said, we want a good transitional move where we shift our weight. What a lot of people do is that they shift their weight away from the target. So they're almost looking and spinning out of the shot in search to see where the ball's gone, in anticipation so much that they actually move all their weight away from the target. So by doing that then, is I just swing up and move backwards. As you can see here now, my buttons, the middle of my body, is quite a way behind, almost a foot behind the golf ball. So I'm going to have to make some fantastic manipulations to even get a half decent strike and see that I don't fat it or thin it. So what I want you to do is try this drill and see if we can get the weight working in the right direction. Okay, so as you can see here, I've got an alignment cane with my head cover on it. Head cover on it just so you don't injure yourself, and if you were to catch it, you're not going to see any injuries or damage to your club if you were to hit it. And what we want to try and do, we're going to take our good setup and we're going to swing up to the top. And the idea now is that I want to try and move my lead hip, so for me as a right-handed player, my left hip, towards, just a little bump towards the alignment cane and the head cover to start my downswing, because like I say, the bad one is pull away from it, so you see this big gap appear here. What we want to try and do is work towards it to start the downswing. So we'd have some practice swings where we get up, stop, have a little shift, what it looks like, what it feels like to get my weight working, and you'll feel a lot of the pressure going into your front foot, your lead foot, as you start to do this. And then as I start to swing down, I can see now as I get into the golf ball that my chest, the middle of my body, has moved in front of the golf ball this time. So I get more of a descending blow and I get that ball then turf strike. So it's quite a key move, and it's one that we see from every tour player when we're watching those, the ladies and the gents tours. When we see someone who's really crushing it and getting pure strikes, they have a fantastic weight shift, and that's why they're able to get the ball and turf and also impart so much force and see great distances from all the shots that they hit. So let's get my glove on and let's see if I can put my money where my mouth is and get a really crisp iron strike from here. So what we want to be feeling is that little shift. So I'm going to have a few rehearsals of push forwards, and it's like I'm pushing off the insole of my trail foot, my right foot for me. I'm pushing as if I was about to start a running race or shoulder barge someone out of the way. I see that I work towards the target a little bit to start my downswing and get a good strike. So here we go. Good swing and bump my left hip up towards my head cover. and I have absolutely crushed that one. That's the best iron shot I've hit in ages. Really solid down. As we can see, it wasn't that I took a huge divot, it was just a small little grazing of the turf and a tiny divot come up, and it's after where my ball was. So even if you wanted to spray a little paint line of, you know, foot spray or the dry shampoo, you can just identify where the ball was, or even if you're on grass you can put a T-peg in and see that this divot would now be coming after that T-peg or that line that you've put down on the ground. So guys, I hope you have enjoyed this tip down here at the beautiful Cala Golf Resort. It is a real pleasure to be out here today. Like I said, it's their 30th anniversary. They're celebrating 30 years of being open at this great resort. So do make sure that you check out the other videos from the series to celebrate that. And also check out the link in the description below for plenty of offers to come and play the golf course or stay at the resort. It really is one not to be missed. Thanks for watching this tip, and I'll see you in the other ones, and hopefully you're going to be striking those irons pure.